Okay, hi guys, my name is DJ Penance and I'm here to give you my first ever video tutorial for Traktor Scratch Pro. A little bit about myself: I've been DJing for just over 10 years now, mainly on vinyl, although I went travelling in 2005 and worked for the Light Sounds DJ Academy in Sydney. Since I've got back, I'm now a digital DJ for the last couple of months and I've bought Traktor Scratch Pro. Now, I was on the digitaldjtips.com website today and they were discussing the launch of a new iPad application which allows you to control two virtual turntables and a crossfader using a touch screen, and it has a very simple way of getting basic scratch effects on there. One of the users on the forum has commented that if Traktor had the same, it'd be really good, and it doesn't have one that just says scratching, but you can actually set Traktor up to get some fantastic scratching effects even without a controller or digital vinyl system, just using your mouse trackpad and your cue points, which are set up in Traktor's generic keyboard layout. So I'm going to give you a brief demo. On the left we've got a song by Cake, Short Skirt Long Jacket, which is actually the theme tune to the Chuck TV programme. This was requested by my housemate after I declined to use Lady Gaga, his first suggestion. And on the right I've got some scratch samples I've set up from a DJ Rectangle record which I've ripped. So using the keypad, we've got cue points set up on the right hand deck on Q, W, E and R. And on the left hand deck we've got it set up on buttons 1, 2, 3 and 4. So if I now click on those,
Keep your speech, my follow.
You've got access to different points within the records, which is going to allow you to scratch basically. So the first thing I'm going to do is show you how to get some very basic scratch sounds. So I'm going to set this up to cue point 4, which is a nice scream scratch. Now you can either press the R button, click on 4, or, well, that's about it, you can drag the waveform using your mouth, all of which make a perfect scratch sound, but you can't really do too much because you're only ever using the start of the sound. So I'm going to use a combination of the three and a couple of effects to chop it up like I would with a normal crossfader. So first thing is the crossfader we use to make a scratch sound by putting gaps in the normal audio, and we're going to use the gator effect over here to do the same thing. So what we need to do is make sure that the gator is set to 100% so that you're only going to get the affected sound coming through. Otherwise you won't have gaps, you'll just have quieter bits of audio. So if I press the R button now and turn the effect on, you'll notice it's put a bunch of gaps in there for me, and these are controlled by these knobs over here. The first one is noise. If I turn that up, it's going to add a hiss on there so you can tell where the gaps are. I don't really find that very useful myself. The second one is going to basically control the width of the gap we put in the audio. So if I put this all the way over to the left, you'll notice there's very short bits of audio and lots of gaps which are quite big. If I bring this all the way over to the right, you've got bigger chunks of audio and smaller gaps. So I'm going to leave that in the middle and move on to the next knob, which gives you the number of gaps you're going to be putting in. Now don't worry about the numbers it actually says on here, because it's always going to do it double or half the amount of clicks basically wherever you have it on in the different settings, and it's going to be automatically beat synced to whatever you've got set as your master tempo, which is going to be this track. So I'm going to teach you a couple of little things of how I've got my system set up. The first thing is I'm using Windows 7, and this actually allows you, when you're setting it up, to choose your standard method of control or to use your mouse buttons slightly differently. Normally you would click on something and move your mouse around and that would affect it, and that would be it. With Windows 7 you can set it up so you can click and hold, then let go of the mouse button, and you've still got full effect of the parameter but only using one hand. Now I'm going to have to cut this tutorial quite short because I'm still tweaking how to use this software, but I'll give you a few basic demos. So I'm going to put the gator on, I'm going to turn the gaps down to around about 4 clicks per beat, press play and have a little mess around so you can see what I'm doing.
I want a girl with a mind like a diamond. I want a girl who knows what's best. I want a girl with shoes that cut and eyes that burn like cigarettes. I want a girl with the right allocation shows who's fat and thorough and sharp as a tack. She's playing with her jewelry, she's putting up her hair, she's touring the facility and picking up slack. I want a girl with a short skirt and a long jacket.
And there you have it. So there's some basic things. I'm going to cut this off now before my software crashes, and I'll do part 2 in a second. Thanks, bye.